Imminent Danger Know Your Right as the Employee is an interactive OER training game that empowers employees to understand and exercise their workplace safety right under Section 26A of the Occupational Safety and Health Amendment Act 2022. Through realistic hazard simulation, users decide whether to continue work or stop based on legal definition of imminent danger, supported by instant legal feedback. This project strengthens decision-making, builds confidence in using stop work rights, and promotes a proactive safety culture by helping organizations move from reactive accident response to preventive workplace safety.
Now, for the introductions, the Occupational Safety and Health Amendment Act 2022 introduced a landmark protection for employers under the newly added Sections 26A. The law gives employers the legal freedoms to leave the workplace if they have a reasonable justifications to believe there is an imminent danger of death or serious bodily injury. While the law allows employers to prioritize their safety, it also sets a high legal bar to prevent abuse, forcing workers to discriminate between a true life-threatening risk and a minor job discomfort. This lecture investigates how workers can transverse this right through a risk-free simulations, mean to boost decision-making confidence as a worker. For the problem statement, the first one is difficulty in defining imminent danger. Workers are often struggle to identify whether a specific hazard, such as a missing safety guard or a fraying cable, meets the legal definition of imminent danger required to trigger Section 26A protections. The second one, a fear of retaliations. High pressure of employment situations might discourage workers from expressing their right to leave due to a lack of trust in their legal systems. And the last one, it acts as a false alarm threshold for the workers. Without sufficient training, personnel may improperly apply legislations to non-imminent situations, thereby resulting in disciplinary actions or operational interruptions.
First, what is imminent danger? Imminent danger refers to a workplace situation where there is an immediate and serious risk that could cause severe injury or death if no action is taken. In this project, imminent danger is presented through a decision-based training game that places workers in the realistic hazard scenarios. Workers must decide whether to continue working or remove themselves from the danger. This concept is based on Section 26A of Occupational Safety and Health Amendment Act 2022 and aims to help workers recognize real threat and act confidently during emergencies. Next is the legal framework. Under Section 26A, employees have the right to remove themselves from the workplace if they reasonably believe there is an imminent danger, but they must inform the employers first. The employer is then responsible for removing or controlling the hazard. Employees may leave if the employer fails to act. The law also protects employees from punishment or discrimination. Legally, imminent dangers is defined as a serious risk of death or serious bodily injury caused by any workplace hazard.
The core mechanic is the binary decision loop, where players face a stay versus leave choice based on real-world hazards. What sets this apart is the learning loop. Players receive instant statutory feedback. Every correct or incorrect choice is immediately backed by a direct citation of Section 26A, ensuring the player understands the legal basis for their safety rights. To prevent blind guessing, we implemented a critical thinking filter. Player must evaluate if a hazard meets the legal threshold of a serious risk of death or injury. This creates a risk-free simulation where workers can fail digitally to build the confidence required to make life-saving decisions in a high-pressure workplace. In Scenario 1 focuses on reasonable justification. When a worker spots a fraying crane cable, they don't need to be an engineer to act. The law specifically protects the common sense judgment that a 2-ton load could fall at any second. In scenario 10, we teach that machinery doesn't have to be broken to be an imminent danger. Simply missing a safety guard on a fast-moving blade is enough legal justification to remove oneself from the work under Section 26A(1). Finally, scenario 7 acts as a false alarm. A warm office is a nuisance, not a life threat. By including these gray areas, the game teaches players that Section 26A is a powerful legal right reserved for genuine danger, not general discomfort. This ensures the law is understood accurately and respected.
Now, moving on to the novelty of our project. First, this project extends beyond conventional occupational safety tools, which typically focus only on physical hazards. Our game also addresses psychological safety and the concept of reasonable justification introduced under the Occupational Safety and Health Amendment Act 2022. Through scenario-based decision, workers are trained to evaluate risk while managing fear of authority and potential retaliation. Second, we incorporate a critical thinking filter. Unlike typical safety training that rewards reporting in all situations, our game includes false alarm scenarios. This ensures that users understand the strict legal threshold of imminent danger, which must involve a serious risk of death or bodily injury rather than general discomfort. Finally, this project is developed as an open educational resource. This allows legal and safety training to be accessed beyond management levels, empowering employees across various sectors to understand and apply their stop work authority in accordance with Section 26A.
Starting with the impact, our project directly addresses the authority bias prevalence in Malaysian workplaces. We provide a safe digital space for employees to practice saying no to life-threatening tasks. As a compliance catalyst, this tool helps organizations align with the June 2024 OSHA amendment. By training our workers, initial reactions, we aim to move the needles on the national goals of reducing workplace amputations and fatalities. On the technical side, the learning outcomes are specific. Users learn to identify imminent dangers involving plants and substances as defined in Section 26A(3). We teach workers to evaluate legal threshold, critically distinguishing between simple discomfort and statutory dangers. Most importantly, it covers the procedural steps for exercising Section 26A rights, ensuring workers can leave a dangerous situations without fear of repercussions. To conclude, imminent danger, know your rights, bridges the gap between complex legislations and real-world safety by transforming the 2022 OSHA amendments into an interactive game. We empower workers with stop work authorities. This project doesn't just help with compliance, it instills the confidence and knowledge necessary for every worker to prioritize their life over a task when facing imminent dangers.